paper logs, and I would just paper log just for ease of operation. Again, the laptop doesn't break down and then you're stuck. You don't have an inverter or something making noise on your rig. It's just you and the people on the other end of the pileup, and you're running. For me, that's key is to run. So very simple operation there. Choose your route. You can be the DX in every county. Every QSO party has rare counties, and you get to be the DX. Small counties are good. I'll tell you, in a Minnesota QSO party, those small counties down in the southern part, I can run 30, 31 counties in 10 hours and stay away from law enforcement. Last weekend, I was up in northern Minnesota, right up on the top there. There's some big counties. When I'm in a county for an hour, that was tough. But the pileup stayed with me. I had a good following thanks to the QSO Party Challenge. A lot of people on. But if you can choose smaller counties, you can switch counties more often. That pileup is immense. Those small counties I put on there, 20 minutes operating and move on. You're driving through the county, you can get through some of those small counties 20 minutes. Don't switch bands. That's my thing. There's some people who get on 80, 40, 20, and they're constantly switching bands. Every time you do that, you need to find a frequency, reestablish a frequency, have the pileup find you. You're dead in the water for five minutes or more. 5 minutes could be 30 QSOs, and you add that up over 10 hours. That's a lot of Qs you're missing. Get on a frequency and stay there. Establish a frequency and stay there and run. That's what I do. Once 20 meters opens up, I'm there. And you can have up to a 10-hour pileup. Some hints and tips there. This route is K0PC's route from this year's QSO party. He's got it all really mapped out nice. But know your route and the times to get there. Don't just say I'm going to be in 6 counties during the QSO party. Well, that doesn't help anybody out other than they know the counties you're going to be in. Know your route, know your times, figure out the frequencies you're going to be near. Try to listen early, a few Saturdays or a month ahead of time. Listen on some weekends when your QSO party is. What frequencies are not going to be taken by nets? Nets hate having a rover show up and take their frequency. They'll fight you for half an hour. But figure out your frequencies and stick to them. Don't be bouncing around the band. Publicize your route. Get it out via email. Get it out on the county hunter sites. They want to find you. The state QSO party emails, the state QSO party challenge Facebook page. Get your route out there. So people know where you're going to be, what frequency you're going to be on, what time you're going to be on. They will find you. And then invite stations to work you again. When you work someone, if I work K0MD, I'm always inviting people back. I want to keep that pileup going. Hey, Scott, thanks for West Virginia. I'm going to be in 18 more counties today. I'm going to stick right around this frequency. I'd love to work you again. Invite people back. That's huge. People want to, some very casual people who you might only work once, you invite them back, all of a sudden you've worked them 15 times. That adds to your rate. Sound loud. I know it sounds funny, but sound loud. If you sound commanding on a frequency, people won't snuggle up right next to you and try to take your frequency. Sound loud, invite them back. If someone starts getting onto your frequency, ask them to move. There were some guys who got snuggled up right next to me and were running high power from another state. I just bounced up half KC and said, guys, I'm here. Do you mind? I'm a mobile. Do you mind moving just up the band a little bit? Asked them in a nice way, and they moved. It was great. Most people, if you ask them nice, are cooperative. That's a little small here, but an example of a route plan. Pretty easy to understand, easy to share, easy for stations to find you. And I apologize if my screen is so small, but on here I've got in Zulu, 1400 to 1415, I'm in Koochiching County on 80 CW. And above I've listed, I'm gonna be right around 3550. People know right where to find me and what time. Rich, when are you going to Marshall County? Well, it's right there, 1750 to 1820, I'm going to be in Marshall County on 20-meter sideband. Real easy to find. Where's Rich? Instead of the other side of that is I'll be in 6 counties. Well, then they don't know. Some other hints and tips. Early and late in the day when you're doing the QSO party, these are the days for the low bands. You want to minimize the number of band switches, like I said. Early and late, that's when you're hitting 80 meters and 40 meters. 1600 to 2200 plus or minus, get on 20 meters. Get on 20 meters. There's your money band. You are going to work hundreds of guys. What did I write down here? I worked almost, I think it was almost 500 stations on 20 meters, different stations on 20 meters in the Minnesota QSO party. And there's an endless stream of guys on 20 meters. 40 meters, someone late in the day then followed me down on 40 and I had a good run, but 20 meters is your money band. You've talked about your route, what counties you're going to be in, what frequency you're going to be on. Call CQ. If you're a mobile, call CQ. Don't spin the dial. You're wasting your time. You're the DX. Don't spin the dial looking for everybody else. Get on there and run. You will be amazed at the pileups. Be in charge, like I said, be in charge and move offending stations. Kind of defend your turf, guys. If you're out mobile and someone snuggles up next to you, just nicely ask them, hey, I've been here for a couple hours. Do you mind moving up just another KC? And people will move. And then inform stations of new counties, invite them back. Hey, I'm going to be in 14 more counties. I'm going to be right on this frequency. If I can hold the frequency, I'd love to work you. And guys will come back all over. And then have fun. I mean, the whole thing is, I'm out there, my fun is the big pile up, and I'm trying to compete hard, but it is fun. That pile up is fun when you're running 6 guys a minute, and the pile up's just never ending. You get done with an hour and you've worked, almost 200 guys. That's fun for me. That's fun. I'm not just out kind of driving around. I'm out there wanting to work that pile up. Kind of a summary. There is me. This is heading towards the Iowa QSO party. I got behind before the contest even started, and a Minnesota law enforcement didn't enjoy the fact that I was moving rather fast in that Impala. So he stopped to thank me for donating to the state treasury at that point. But watch for law enforcement. But go simple. Go simple. Know your route. Know the roads you're going to be on. Promote your route, and then, like I said, observe all speed limits. And then finally, turn in your logs. Make sure you turn in a log. If nothing else, you help the log checkers make sure that everybody did work you. Submit your scores to 3830scores.com. Then you can that helps get things into the QSO Party Challenge. And check out the state QSO Party.com. There's the 2021 State QSO Party Challenge going on. A lot of operators involved in that. Turning in your log helps that and get you a score. And then there's my route. I mean, I've got it all. I'm old school. Again, I'm not going to plot it out on something electronic that I get into an area with no coverage, and then it doesn't give me. I've got the paper map right there, and it was actually a pretty simple route. Despite all that, there was only like 6 highways I had to get on, so it's real easy to remember. But I had it right there, so I could look at it at a moment's notice. So I jabbed there for 20 some minutes. A lot of topic, a lot of stuff about keep it simple, promotion, and go. Why don't we open it up for questions that people might have? And again,
you want to go back to you want to go back to that first slide and see if you can play your audio, Rich, before you do cues?
Yeah. It doesn't want to click on it. No. for some reason. I'm sorry. I've got some of my pileups. If you want to look on YouTube and then Amateur Radio Fun, all one word, Amateur Radio Fun. I've got some pileups from the DX side. I've got some pileups from my mobile. If you want to see some mobile pileups, maybe you're in them. There's a lot of people in there, and I've taken the headset out so you can hear both sides of the pileup. But the Amateur Radio Fun, all one word. Just check that out on YouTube, and you can see some of my pileup videos. It's always fun to hear yourself on the other end of the pileup. So I've got some out there. Sorry this didn't work.
Let's try one more thing. We've had two suggestions from the chat room. Go up to display settings again and try switching it.
To swap
Yes.
presenter view and slideshow?
Yes,
Okay.
try that. Now see if you can make it play.
Don't know. Oh, it should have a little, and maybe it's my internet today. I'm sorry. This is one from 2016 in Freeborn County. If people see that on Amateur Radio Fun, I'm sorry it doesn't work, but it's a fun little controlled pileup. You can see all you can work. It's a 20-meter pileup, so a lot of fun. What other questions came across?
Yeah, I have one from Rhonda. Can you elaborate on the County Hunter? Is that an app or a page to sign up at?
You know, I'm trying to think of John W0ZQ always sends me the link. There's the County Hunters Net. I think it's like Warwick or something like that, WARAC. But it's a County Hunters website, and you can post your plans for being mobile. A lot of people who are just driving to different counties post out there. I can find that link, and if anybody wants to send me an email.
Countyhunter.com. Countyhunter.com. I'll put it in the chat.
Okay. But it's a great way to get to the county hunters, because if you're mobile, you're going to go through a county that everybody needs. You'll get it. I've got quite a bit of mail over the past few days from county hunters from the Minnesota QSO party, where I gave out new counties. So everybody's appreciative when you get your plans out there.
Okay, well, then there's another question. What does sound loud mean? Talk loudly?
Oh, I guess some people get on and are very, very quiet sometimes in a pileup. Sound like you're, instead of CQ, the Minnesota QSO party, I'm out there, N0HJZ / AIT. Sound like you're in command of the frequency. Sometimes they'll hear someone who doesn't sound really in command, and people push them out, that you can tell. Just sound authoritative. I don't know. If you sound loud, you're louder. One other thing I bring up, I always use the suffix of the county I'm in. If I'm in Aiken County, which is Alpha India Tango, I will say, CQ, the Minnesota QSO party, N0HJZ / Alpha Italy Tango. People know right away I'm in Aiken County. And if they've already worked me in Aiken County, they know I'm still there, and they don't have to work me again. It cuts down on your dupes. And then when you get to the next county, then I'm N0HJZ / Bravo Echo Tango. People know, oh, Rich is in a new county. Boom, that the people who've already worked me, they work me again. But it shows what county you're in. Some states it's a three-letter designator for the county. Some of them it's a 4-digit. And I think even in the New England party, there's 3 digits for the county and 2 digits for the state, so it's 5. It's extra stuff to say when you're calling CQ, but it identifies exactly what county you're in, cuts down on duplicates, or cuts down on people saying, "Hey, Rich, what county are you in?" That just kills your rate when people are doing that.
Rich, can you switch yourself back to full screen so we can see you? So leave the presentation, if possible.
Okay, I'm in the presentation. I don't know. How do I switch back?
People want to see you.
Oh, you want to see me? I don't know how to do
Maybe
that.
in presentation, in share or something.
Stop share. Okay, let's do that.
There
Is
you
that
are.
better?
Yeah,
Okay,
it's much better.
sorry about that.
Yeah.
Now that-
Well, I can use this interruption for a question again. Do you ever try to loiter in a country, or do you always drive straight through, for instance, small country?
For counties, I'm always on the move. It's rare. I mean, if I'm in a spot in the county where maybe the road goes through 5 miles of the county, I don't want to be in a county for 5 minutes. 20 minutes or 30 minutes is about optimum. So I will stop on the side of the road and operate there for 20 minutes. I keep my schedule, but I don't stop very often. Usually I'm driving straight through for 10 hours. I will stop for gas. I can get two granola bars in me and pump gas, fill the tank in about 5 minutes. And that's about, if I can stop once for gas during the 10-hour QSO party, that's about right. But otherwise, I keep going the whole time.
Okay, I have another question from Jason. I've always been hesitant to have a hamstick deployed at highway speeds. Have you ever had an issue with yours? What is the manufacturer do you use?
These are the ham sticks. Boy, I think I got them from MFJ. And they're single band ham sticks. I've used them when I was in Colorado last summer. It was about 100 degrees. This past weekend, it was 20 below zero. The ham sticks have worked at 70, 75 miles an hour in those extremes. I swear by them. There's other ones that have, you got to tap you got to move a tap or this and that. I've never operated those, but people have had things where they don't tune. I don't know. The ham sticks for me have worked in 100 degrees or in 20 below. They've worked at plenty of highway speeds.
Okay, then a question. Do you CW while rolling? What's your CW speed? Is your CW speed ratio based to car speedy by snow depth, key strapping or lag?
I do operate CW, but when I showed my my route there, I operate usually on 80 and 40 CW, and I only do that at the start or the end of the contest. I don't operate CW while I'm driving. I'm not that good. There's some people who operate CW. They'll have the key mounted to their leg or something, and they can operate while they drive. I'm not that good. I'm probably proficient 20, 25 words a minute. I'm not a speed demon by any means, but I only operate while I'm stationary. At the beginning of the Minnesota QSO party, I operated 80 CW. I got right on the county line, operated on one county. Then I would drive forward 100 yards, operate that one on 80 CW. Then I switched to 40 CW, operated in the county, then rolled back 100 yards. So I was in the first county, operated 40 CW. Then I got on 40 phone and started driving. I'll operate phone while I'm driving. I'm not that good on CW.
Okay, well, there's one remark. MFJ, ham sticks stay put at 85 miles per hour in South Dakota. That is just a remark. The question is, how are you logging your contacts?
That's where that digital recorder is on. When I'm doing CW, I actually have a paper log that I'll write as I operate the CW since I'm sitting. But while I'm driving, the digital recorder is recording the contest for me. So, and it knows it'll hear me talking. So, CQ N0HJZ stroke Bravo Echo Tango. Bravo Echo Lima. I'm in Beltrami County. So I know what county I'm in. Then I hear K0MD, K0MD. Thanks, Scott, for West Virginia. It's picking up the exchange, and I'll give the time every now and then I have to relog onto a computer once the contest is over. So again, it's that simplicity, recording it. It does add extra time after the contest. The contest doesn't end until I'm done logging. And yes, those ham sticks do work at 85 miles an hour. I did hit 85 in South Dakota. So
Okay, from Matt, there is just a remark. Make plans to join us for the Minnesota QSO party February 5, 2022. So just a remark. A question from Stefan. Have you run into local prohibitions against microphone or radio use with the movement in some states?
I have yet, and again, I've only, last year was my first time kind of out of the state. So in any of the states, South Dakota, Iowa, Nebraska, Colorado, Minnesota, Wisconsin, they don't have a prohibition on radios and operating while driving that I know of. I've had plenty of law enforcement pull me over asking what I'm doing, and they've never had an issue. When I explain amateur radio and the contest I'm in, most of them know about hams and Skywarn and some of that, and are very appreciative that we're out testing our gear and we're out. And usually when I explain the QSO party and all the counties I'm in and show them the map, I've never had an issue in those states. Now, I don't know all states. Check your state before you get out mobile to make sure you're not breaking the law.
Okay, just a remark for your information, no headsets in Florida. I combine two questions. What logging software do you use? And how do you send the log? Convert to electronic?
Actually, I've got a good buddy, Mark, WA0MHJ. Some people key it right into like N1MM. Because I'm in multiple counties, I don't quite know how to do that. I have an Excel file that I've got set up that I key everything into. And then Mark is very kind to help convert that over to a Cabrillo file. Again, I'm a good operator. I'm not Mr. Technical, so I'll have to defer that to someone who's very good about putting mobile logs into the software.
Okay, then there's another question. If you could, what upgrades would you like to make your radio mobile setting up?
You know, upgrades. The only thing I'd like to do is mount that to the dash securely. That's about the only thing I could think of. That 100 watts. People are asking me that 991. Rich, are you only running 100 watts? I mean, it sounds loud with that ham stick. I get that ham stick up in the air. I would say don't mount it down on your bumper. Get that thing up as high as possible. That's why I put it up on the roof. Get it up. You can see in the picture on my screen, most of Minnesota, most of the places I was, are pretty average terrain. That thing operates well. That 991 is great, a great CW and phone rig. Even with the stock mic, people really say I'm loud. So I can't think of any improvement I would make.
Okay. Then the question from Matt. Are state QSO parties good practice for ARIS races groups from fixed locations?
Yep. If you can involve the ARIS guys, that's always helpful in QSO parties. Great training for emergency, great traffic handling. How do you move QSOs and move data quickly? A QSO party is a great way to practice that, just like field day or something.
Okay. Then a question from Stephen. That must take a lot of time post contest to create logs.
Post contest, I have to listen to. It takes a while. If it's a 10-hour contest, I have to listen to 10 hours of recording again. So yeah, it does stretch out the contest to get it done. But I'm able to just operate and drive versus having to log. If I had to log, I couldn't drive. And I might get out in the North Dakota QSO party and try an improvement there. My girlfriend may drive and I operate. So then I can actually paper log while I'm driving. Then I don't have to relive the contest.
Okay, then there is a question from Alan, but I don't understand the question. Maybe you do. He talks about watering hole. Recommend frequencies.
Oh, the comment on frequencies. You know what? I look at what are the suggested frequencies in each contest, and then I try to kind of find a frequency near there. I don't go right to the frequency that's suggested. If it's, let's say, the suggested frequency is 14270, excuse me, I don't go right to 270. There's probably going to be other casual operators that might not, they're in the same state, might not hear that you're there, and they might jump right on 270. Then you've got two people in the same state, they're QRMing you. I try to find a clear frequency off to the side. I've been very fortunate. I'll share my secret. 14252, give or take a little bit. That has been a frequency I've chose years ago, and I've been on there for years. In all the contests last year, 6 of them when I was mobile, I didn't venture more than 5 KCs from 14252. And this year for 7+ hours when I was on 20 meters, I was on 14252 to start. About 10 minutes in, there was some QRM, so I moved to 14251, and I sat there for 7 hours. So there's my little watering hole.
Yeah.
Just listen, especially on 40 and 80, listen weeks ahead so you know where the nets are. You got to avoid the nets because they will not stand for you being on their frequency.
Okay. The question from Chris, do you use an antenna tuner?
I don't. I've got those ham sticks tuned so that they're good SWR. Again, check out your system ahead of time. Don't put it together for the contest the first time. Do it weeks ahead, drive around, test it out. The 20-meter ham stick works all across the band, perfect, but I've got it tuned perfectly for phone. Like I said, the 40-meter one, you need to adjust it for CW or phone. I've got magic marker lines on there. So when I want to go to phone, I shorten it up to the line, tighten it, put it back up, and I'm good. Good SWR, but test everything out ahead of time. So you don't need a tuner.
Okay. Then a question, what do you use to record the contest? Something hooked into audio radio?
Nope. I don't know. Can you still see my screen of the presentation?
No, you're just you, Rich.
Okay.
But Rich, I now have your slide.
There's
You
a
want me to?
small, you want to put that slide up?
Yeah, I can put the slide up for you.
I've got the small little Olympus. It's the picture of the rig on the dash. But on that, right below the rig, I've got just taped to the dashboard is a small Olympus digital recorder. Runs on 2 little AAA batteries. You can record a 48-hour contest on that thing if there was a long contest. And it just records me. I don't have it hooked into the rig. Again, trying to be simple. If you hook it into the rig, and there's attachments for that, and one less thing to break down. But that the worst thing that could happen was, you know, I'm always watching the recorder, make sure it's recording. But if I ran out of batteries or something, that'd be the kiss of death. But
Scott, you try to start the screen, some information on the screen right now.
Right. Hopefully the slideshow is showing Rich's recorder. Are you seeing that?
Not yet.
I'm not. No.
Okay.
Okay. Do you need to add some to the presentation from Rich, Scott?
No, I have his file. I'm going to try to show his first video if I can get everything to share. So give me just a moment.
We have another 10 minutes, then the show, this part is over, but we are limited to time. Yeah, there he is.
So the rig, see the little Olympus digital recorder, just a tiny little thing. I start it up when I go to phone on whatever band I start on, usually 40, you know, the CW on paper logging, but that is my recorder right there. It hears me from sitting there. I don't record the other side of the contest. Everybody calling in the pileup. Some people, if you record the whole thing, they see that as bad form and cheating. So you can go back and correct mistakes. You know, if I hear K0MD and I say K0ND, you know, I've made a mistake. So the recorder catches my mistakes and doesn't let me go back and fix them. So try to keep things good there.
Okay, I see you. Then
I'm
there
going to
is
try
a-
sharing one more thing, Rich, in just a
Go ahead.
moment. So there was a question, does the tri-magnet mount scratch the roof of your car? Someone asked about that.
You know what? Those magnets are very strong. You don't want to get a finger under them when you're placing them. I have not scratched the vehicle. They could, though, if you move them side to side, but they could. Keep your finger out of there and don't move them side to side. Lift them up, and you should be in good shape. Take the antenna off, obviously.
The question is what
Yes,
model of Olympus recorder you are using?
You know, I don't know. I could go. Holly, you want to go look in my closet in the radio room? My little digital recorder. My girlfriend will grab that and we can do it. Scott, if you can click on the video there and play like a minute of it. Everybody you'll get it after a minute.
November 0, Hotel Juliet.
Can you hear it?
Stroke Fox
Yep.
Radio Echo. November 3 Radio Mike. Rich Fox Radio Echo. Thanks, Randy. QRZ. November Golf 7 Oscar. Rich in Fox Radio Echo. Thank you, Darren. QRZ. Whiskey 8 Tango Alpha Hotel. Rich and Fox Radio Echo. Thank you, Tim. QRZ. Alpha Juliet 4 Lima November. Rich and Fox Radio Echo. Thanks, Eric. QRZ. Norway 8 India. Rich and Fox Radio Echo. Thank you, Jeff. QRZ. Victor Alpha 2 Alpha Fox Hotel. Rich in Fox Radio Echo. Okay, Manu, thanks for Quebec. QRZ,
That's pretty good,
N0HJZ, Stroke
Scott.
Fox Radio Echo.
Yeah, so you get a feel for it. By the way, my recorder is the Victor November 8000 Papa Charlie, the VN 8000 PC. Little guy, just tiny, probably 10 years. One thing, just you listen in that I had a good pileup going. That's probably, you know, how fast I'm working there. That's probably 180 an hour. That's a pretty good run. It's a lot of fun to have that going the whole time. If you're on the other end, just know what information you need to give to keep that rate going. You know, I need your name and state from the other side, because the worst thing for me as a rate junkie is someone gets on and, hey, Rich, this is Bill. I'm in such and such county. You're 5 and 9. I'm running a dipole with 100 watts. And you know what? In a contest, I don't need that. And you just killed my rates. So just be kind of the guys that are really hammering away. Just Eric in Virginia. You know what? Some of that AJ4LN was on there. Eric, Virginia, and you're through. And just keep it running. And also, I'm doing that too. I'm giving my call sign every few minutes or every minute with the county designator on it, N0HJZ Stroke Fox Radio Echo in that county. People know I'm in Freeborn County, and it's quick. If I'm quick, they're quick. It really keeps the rate going. Thanks, Scott, for playing that.
You're welcome. Could I add a couple of comments from the chat room, Rich? One, it's been pointed out that a number of radios, like the one I have, an ICOM 7300, has a built-in recorder, so you can use that to record the contest, which is a very great way to do it. You may need an extra SD card if you're going 10 hours. And then Matt has said that the Tram Browning mag mount has rubber feet to prevent damage to the cars. And then Jason Kitchens has said, Rich, thanks. This has pushed me over the edge to add HF to one of the vehicles. So I think you've achieved your goal, Rich. You've got a new mobile contester.
Good. The one thing, just with recording both sides of the contest, some people see that as poor form, where you could go back and listen to the pileup and correct your mistakes after the fact. I record only my side, just so if I make a mistake, I make a mistake. It keeps me in the moment, and some people just see that as bad form. So I'm only bringing that up. If anybody has questions about mobiling, my email is good on qrz.com. It's fun to be a mobile. It is fun, whether you're a rate junkie or not. So I would encourage everybody, you don't need a big setup. Those ham sticks are 25 bucks. The mag mount's probably another 50 bucks. I don't remember. And if you've got a mobile rig, it's fun to get out and be the DX, especially with all the interest in the state QSO parties. So, but if you've got questions, drop me an email. I'd be more than happy to help, get people on the air. It's a lot of fun.
Okay, Rich, and also for Scott, I see on my screen a number of great reactions. People are satisfied with the way you presented, so hands up for what you're doing. Whatever I have over here, maybe Scott can read it also, that I use the IC7000, which has a removable front panel. The body goes under the rear in my seat in my truck, and the front panel sits in the center console. Keeps things off the top of the dash. That's a remark from. You agree?
Being down, the only thing I like it up on my dash. I can see it as I'm driving. I usually put the frequency in there and hit lock, but if I had to change frequency or something, I would not want to look down, especially while I'm driving. And if you had a co-pilot, someone driving you, that's fine. I keep it up where I can see it, just in case. I don't want to be looking down while I'm driving. You never know when that deer is going to pop out.
I think what they're saying, Rich, is that some of the radios, like the old 7000 and the new 7100, have what looks like the front panel of your 991 that you can mount on the dash, and the body of the radio has a
That'd be
cable
awesome.
connecting to it that's underneath the seat, so you have less of a projectile. And there are a number of
Yep.
commercial products that will hold those smaller heads. I don't know all of the radios that have detachable heads. I think people in the chat room will tell us that. Someone's saying that on the ICOM radios, you can record one side of the contest as well, which is good. That's good to know,
Okay.
because that fits with your being congruent with the rules. And I think it's Alpha Japan 4 Lima November. I think who you worked in the
Sure.
video is AJ4LN is on this presentation and is delighted that he heard his call sign. So what about that? A
Big
nice
voice of
Valentine's Day
Virginia.
present.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Eric,
then I
thanks for
have,
the QSOs last weekend.
then I have possibly one of the last questions, but they are there. What about vehicle bounding and screwdriver antennas? Any comments?
I've never used screwdriver. Some other people have used them. I know there's adjustments that need to be made. The ham stick, it seems like once they're set, it's go. So I don't have experience with them, so I can't.
Okay.
The person with the movable head, awesome idea. Awesome idea.
Okay, we are nearly there at the end of the presentation. I want to give the floor for a second to Scott, or he had some additional remarks.
Oh, thank you. I don't know, Rich, fantastic job. Thanks everyone for joining us. We thought you would love to see, those of you in Orlando or in Florida would love to see what Valentine's Day looks like a bit north of where you are. And how Rich and many other people brave the winter to be out in the QSO parties, being mobile stations.
That's perfect. Well, we have less than a minute. Gentlemen, thank you very much for your appearance on this real nice webinar. And I can say that based on my experience with Hamcation, that sometimes we get the remark, can you put the Hamcation on the other date because it is the 14th of February, but we can do that.
Yeah.
However, thank you so much for your presentation, and I want to thank all the people involved and all the people who are looking at this presentation. And I hope to see you all February next year at the real Hamcation, the 75th, and we celebrate the 75th Hamcation. Have a great day. Thank you from Orlando.
Thanks. See everybody in the North Dakota QSO party from the road.